broad-based trade restrictions by the U.S. government could have a significant impact on the economic relationship between Japan and the U.S.
Japan hosts the largest military footprint the United States has anywhere in the world. It's the only country that has a permanent aircraft carrier.
Japan is absolutely furious with Trump's new car tariffs, and they're not holding back anymore. Former Ambassador Rahm Emanuel is going nuclear, calling Trump's move penny-wise and dollar-foolish.
And nearly half of their investment goes to manufacturing. So it's a kind of, we're going to kind of be penny-wise and dollar-foolish here.
Which is basically diplomat speak for this orange turd has lost his mind. Get this, Japan employs nearly 1 million Americans and is our #1 foreign investor.
First, Japan's the #1 foreign direct investor in the United States for the last 4 years consecutively.
So Trump's brilliant plan is to punch them in the face? It's like breaking up with someone who pays your rent and cooks your dinner. Smart move, Donnie Diapers. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. So, what's got Japan so steamed these days? Well, imagine if your biggest supporter suddenly slapped you across the face at Thanksgiving dinner. That's basically what Trump's doing with his brilliant plan to slap 100% tariffs on Japanese cars.
Significant impact on its economic relations with the United States and on the global economy because of tariffs announced by Donald Trump.
Not 10%, not 25%. A full-on double the price tariff because reasons? It's like telling someone their cooking stinks while simultaneously asking for seconds. And get this, the Japanese government isn't just annoyed, they're sounding full-on diplomatic alarm bells. Their official statement warns about a significant impact on its economic relations with the United States and on the global economy and the multilateral trading system. That's fancy government speak for what the actual hell, America?
Donald Trump's announcement of tariffs on automobiles has absolutely pissed off the entire world, including Japan.
When diplomats start using phrases like significant impact, you know they're ready to flip tables behind closed doors. The timing couldn't be worse. Japanese TV networks are literally changing how they cover America now. They used to show us as the reliable ally, but now we're the unpredictable crazy uncle nobody wants to sit next to. And who's watching all this drama unfold with a big old grin? China, they're sitting there with popcorn like it's the season finale of America Destroys Its Alliances. Remember Rahm Emanuel, our ambassador to Japan? The guy is completely losing it over Trump's brilliant strategy of alienating our closest Asian ally.
Here, the commentators suggest that Japan, like Europe, needs to think about a foreign policy that does not rely on the U.S. And
he's warning that China is already making moves, holding meetings with both Japan and South Korea on diplomatic and trade fronts. It's like China's the new kid at school, bringing cupcakes for everyone, while America's the bully stealing lunch money. Emanuel didn't mince words about what Trump's doing. He warned that we're hurting not only our allies, but hurting the credibility of our deterrence against our #1 threat, China.
Broad-based trade restrictions by the U.S. government could have a significant impact on the economic relationship between Japan and the U.S.
Translation: Trump is doing Xi Jinping's job for him. The Chinese leader must be laughing his ass off watching Trump destroy decades of careful alliance building faster than you can say trade war. But maybe you're thinking, so what? It's just cars. Wrong. Japan isn't just some random country we can push around. They're the cornerstone of our entire Asia strategy. Without Japan, we have no meaningful counterbalance to China in the region. It's like removing the foundation of your house because you don't like the color of the bricks. The real slap in the face is that Japan has been nothing but loyal to us. They host our largest military base in Asia.
Japan hosts the largest military footprint the United States has anywhere in the world. It's the only country that has a permanent aircraft carrier.
They back us up on sanctions. They share intelligence. They're literally our frontline defense against China and North Korea. And how does Trump thank them? By threatening to destroy their auto industry because he thinks it'll play well with voters in Michigan. What Trump doesn't understand, shocker, is that Japanese companies employ almost 1 million Americans. They've built factories across the US, especially in states that voted for him. So his brilliant plan to protect American jobs will likely destroy American jobs. It's like burning down your house to get rid of a spider. The scariest part in all this? China is perfectly positioned to swoop in as Japan's new best friend. They're already holding high-level meetings with Japanese officials while we're busy threatening them. It's like watching your ex immediately start flirting with your best friend while you're still in the room. China's making its move, and Trump is basically holding the door open for them. Ambassador Emanuel sees this disaster unfolding in real time. He's watching as China positions itself as the reasonable, stable alternative to an erratic America. And all those strategic advantages we've built over decades? That careful positioning against Chinese influence? Trump's ready to flush it all down the toilet faster than his classified documents.
Japan, but we have an interesting deal with Japan that we have to protect them, but they don't have to protect us. You know that? That's the way the deal reads.
The irony here is spectacular. Trump constantly brags about being tough on China, but he's doing exactly what China wants. Every ally he alienates, every international relationship he torpedoes, every norm he shatters, it all benefits Beijing. It's like claiming you're tough on crime while handing bank robbers the vault combination. And this isn't even considering the ripple effects. When Japan starts looking for new friends, South Korea notices, Taiwan notices, Australia notices. Soon, everyone in the region starts wondering if America can be trusted anymore.
Relates to export controls for high tech. The only way it's successful is Japan, Korea, Taiwan, the Dutch stand shoulder to shoulder with the United States.
Before you know it, the entire strategic balance of the Indo-Pacific could shift because Trump wanted a campaign talking point. This is what happens when you have a president who treats foreign policy like it's an episode of The Apprentice. Countries aren't contestants you can just fire when you feel like it. Alliances aren't real estate deals where you can threaten to walk away to get a better price. The world is complicated, and Trump approaches it with all the nuance of a sledgehammer hitting a souffle. So here's the thing. This whole Japan tariff mess perfectly sums up Trump's foreign policy. Set your own house on fire and call it winning. What's absolutely bonkers is how he's actively sabotaging America's security network in Asia while claiming to be tough on China. It's like punching your bodyguard in the face while a burglar stands outside. And history doesn't lie. Countries that lose allies end up isolated and vulnerable. America's strength has always been its alliance system. Trump treats these relationships like disposable napkins after a KFC binge. The sad reality? While Trump plays tariff games, Xi Jinping is playing chess, game over, America.